humans. Baphomet is asexual, male and female. So it's their religion to overturn God's system. To build back on the ashes of it. Not something better, but something that is ugly, something that's anti-human. And so this is the Tavistock Institute out of the UK in the 70s and 80s developing this, picked up by the CIA. Jeffrey Epstein in the 2000s saying, yeah, we're about to push our transgender revolution, sexualize the children and get them ready for transhumanism. So you'll accept two men having a baby and then a boy can be a girl. You'll accept anything. It's illogical. Putting men in women's prison, men in women's sports, cutting little girls' breasts off, cutting their forearms off, creating fake penises that don't even work. It's about total absurdity because in a cult, they have to get you to accept total absurdity, that 2 + 2 = 5. Fuzzy math. Saying they're coming up with a thing called Common Core, where 2 + 2 can equal 5, 6, 7, 8, or whatever you want it to. I thought it was a joke till I went and checked it was true. And now you look at how wrecked things out and how most public schools, over half the students can't pass anything. Some public schools, 95% can't pass. Hell, some schools, 99% can't pass anything. So these are people that gave into the satanic mind. That Princeton has just proven again. But it's not just human to human. We're connected to all living things. There's giving off a resonance with plankton in the ocean when you're swimming in it, and a shark or a dolphin particularly. And the consciousness of God in the universe. So the ancients would worship the mountain because they could feel God coming off of it. The mountain's not God, but it's got God's resonance, like when you bang a bell. Bong. Wow, wow, wow. So the point is, this is there, and they don't want you to know. The devil's greatest trick, remember, was, oh, he doesn't exist. No, it's that good doesn't exist. But the second biggest trick is, yes, he does exist. 100% exist as a spirit, as a resonance, as a program. But this is a real Saturday Night Live skit. It says from the 90s. Want to find the date? Maybe we can give it to ChatGPT or Grok and find out. And they're telling you the whole thing here. He's a lunatic. He's crazy. He hates men.
What I'd like to know.
This is who these people are. This is exactly what they've done. So the folks that wrote this script knew this was coming, and it was preparing the mind.
Barron Trump's been doing a lot of space travel and time travel, hasn't he? Already. Is he only 19 years old now? He's got a lot of women after him. A lot of enemies, too.
Because if you tell someone what you're going to do to them, even obliquely, in their black magic schools, and I can tell you from studying the universe how God works, it's true. They believe they, at least in the third dimension, avoid most of the karma or reap what you sow. They avoid the instant karma. If they could tell you, hey, look out, these cigarettes give you lung cancer. Hey, this can cause a miscarriage, this vodka. If they can put...
Oh, it's fucking...
You go around killing innocent people,
oh, fuck.
You're going to get really, really, really bad stuff happening to you quick.
Fuck my language.
And then it's even more complex than black magic, where the devil wants total control so he can protect his people, at least in the third dimension, and say, I can defeat God's karma, at least for a time. You reap what you sow, call it what you want. but you've got to commit mass death and murder to give me more power so that I can control this realm and then block you from getting repercussions. But in the end, like
I was making coffee, and I invented this method called the Kansas press, and spilled some grounds out a little bit, and wasted some coffee out the back of the funnel. It's just whatever.
You find out it was all a big trick and a big lie. But Bohemian Grove and their mocking the sacrifice is about escaping repercussions now.
Dog? Is that an emblem of a guy fucking a fucking dog? A fucking goat, man. Fucking a goat. How fucking sick is that? Basically, it's somebody who fucks goats. And it makes
so there's rules to the universe. Go to this piece from Saturday Night Live. It's just intriguing. Talk about it in your face.
So, if you're half man, half goat, do you prefer to fuck goats or human women?
Back to the beginning. Maybe good people in the system knew about this and decided to slip it out.
I said, oh, fuck my language. But basically, if you take the funnel and the disc from the inside of one of those metal espresso makers, one that you can set on a stovetop or torch or campfire, file the edges of the disc down a little bit, and it'll fit inside the funnel. You can press foam out of your coffee that way. Let's do it a little early and spill a bunch of coffee out the back. Sometimes the cohesion between the water molecules maintains the surface tension as I do it, but other times the hydrogen bonds between the partially charged atoms separate.
Under the radar entertainment.
Molecules, not atoms.
She's seen that happen before. Like Ventura's TV show that I did the research for on FEMA camps and mass extermination with shots. It aired once, they banned both of them and pulled them off the DVRs. But that was a real thing slipped through. And I've seen it before as well. So maybe they were just warning us, but sorry, back to the video.
You've delivered over 4,300 babies.
That's right.
And they've all been girls.
That's right. They've all been girls.
You know, that's amazing. You know, my assistant back in New York actually calculated the odds of that happening, and it was over 1 in 700 trillion.
Oh, no kidding. Well, the important thing is, knock on wood, they're all healthy and happy. I try to stay in touch with as many as I can. They're like my family. They're my little girls.
I mean, it's like a miracle, not one single boy.
Oh, my goodness. Louise, would you send in the Carters, please? I have an appointment. You're welcome to stay and take some notes. Hello, Janet, Ted.
Doctor.
How's everything going?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
So far, so good.
Well, this is Shelley Barnett of People Magazine. They're doing an article on me. Can you imagine that?
That doesn't surprise me. Dr. Hoffertz is the best.
He delivered all 7 of our daughters.
Well, I have the results of your amniocentesis right here, and I've got some good news. Everything's fine. The baby's healthy.
Dr. Hoffertz, is it a boy?
Now, Ted, wouldn't you rather be surprised in the delivery room?
No, doctor, I'd like to know.
Well, no. It's a girl.
I love girls.
See,
How'd it go?
Same old problem.
Well, don't worry, Louise. Mr. Wright's up there somewhere. Well, Janet, Ted, I'll be seeing you next week.
And thanks, doctor. Goodbye. Nice to meet you.
bye, doctor.
Okay, bye-bye. Hey, Ted, buck up. A son is a son till he takes a wife. But a daughter's a daughter all of her life.
God bless you and your work, Dr. Hoffertz.
Come on.
Oh, doctor, I got to leave early today. My electrolysis appointment.
Yeah. Well, of course. Louise, anything you want.
Thank you, doctor.
Well, another little girl. Can you believe it?
Dr. Hoffertz, can't you see what you're doing here? I mean, the 48 to 51%, they're not girls, they're little boys. You have mutilated over 2,000 little boys.
No. No, they weren't boys. They were little girls, trapped in little boys' bodies.
It jumped forward. It hella jumped forward. He explains how sometimes a little girl is born with a penis and testicles, and they have to be removed. It's an episode of Saturday Night Live from the 90s.
You see, boys are bad. They have bad thoughts. Sometimes they disobey their mothers. They have to be punished. But what do their mothers know anyway? You're out all night with Uncle Rudy. But he's not my uncle. Why does she call him my uncle?
Thank you, Doctor, very much. I think I have enough material for my story now.
This week, Dr. Jacob Hoffritz, the 1 in a trillion obstetrician whose favorite color just has to be pink, only in People. And say hello to Martina Navratilova's new travel companion. People celebrates people.
Yeah, one of his first patients, one of his first little girls that he delivered was that male nurse who had to leave early for his hair removal treatment.
Not a world that will be, but could be. The Twilight Zone you live in the year 2026. All right. And notice he medicalizes them and controls them for life. It's their plan. They admit it. They bragged about it. And you're not living in the prediction of it. You're living in it now. And the people caught up in it are either brainwashed or they're part of it making money off of it. Now, here's Brett Pike, great young man. All of his analysis is dead on history. Musk loves it, posts it, hundreds of millions of views a month. Congratulations to him. Here's a nice little snapshot of the Frankfurt School in Germany that basically modernized all the old satanic garbage that does this. Everyone talks about the perverted ideologies pushed by American schools, but do you know where they come from? Germany's 1920s, the Frankfurt School. By the 1960s, it had completely infiltrated the American university system. Here it is.
Everyone talks about all of the perverse things they teach in school, but no one talks about where these things come from. The majority of public schools push feminism, climate ideology, atheism, critical race theory, and gender ideology on the students. And when you trace the origins of these ideologies, it will take you back to Germany in the 1920s, to something called the Frankfurt School. The school was made up of Marxist intellectuals who wanted to know why Marxism didn't successfully take root in the West. And their ultimate goal was to psychologically transform society through culture, media, and the education system. So in order to do that, they decided to expand Marxist theory into something called cultural Marxism. Whereas Marxism pitted the rich against the poor, through cultural Marxism, the father of the new left. And that's why when pushing any of these ideologies, they're really just teaching cultural Marxism. And this is why I tell people that everything taught in school.
Let me put it up here, maybe get better reception.
Designed to give people power. It's really all designed to take your power away and ultimately cede that power to a small elite ruling class. And this is why I write books on how information is controlled, on what makes America so special. And I teach courses on topics like propaganda, because we owe it to our kids to teach them how the world really works. Check out my private homeschool community and Cubs to Bears books. ClassicalLearner.com.
I want to get him on the show. All right, we're going to start the next hour. The great Ted Nugent's going to join us to talk about what's happening in our world. Then we've also got Mike Lindell The latest in Minnesota and more. All the election fraud news coming out.
Has the State of the Union started yet?
To viewers and listeners, when you buy products at thealexshowstore.com,
see the State of Union.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight. Very excited to be back here with you tonight on Wednesday. We have a lot to talk about tonight, lots to get into. Big show.
Unless it's about cannibal pedophile bankers, and then Nick almost seems to cover for him a little bit once in a while when it comes down to fucking and eating the babies. He doesn't want to talk about that one. He just said Epstein's cool for getting the 14-year-olds. There you go. Stick with your morals. Stick with what you learned in Catholicism, huh? We'll go salty cracker instead. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I tapped it 8 times. It worked on the 7th, and then the 8th one I actually tapped something else.
There's just not that many of them because black chicks don't watch CNN and get radicalized off of retarded lefty politics. Free Florida, thanks, bro. Here instead of the State of the Union because I wanted hopium, I'd watch X22. Again, thank you. I appreciate that, Dr. Esquire. I don't give a shit about the State of the Union. I don't give a fuck. I'm done with words. Don't give me speeches. I want speeches. Don't do any more interviews on Fox News, right? Listen, I'm rooting for everybody. I want all the people that we got into office. I want you guys to win, but I need you to want to win. And you let me know when you fucking arrested somebody. Right? Arrest some motherfuckers. Deport all these illegal aliens and these ugly white bitches. Deport them. You could bring in a handful of hot Latina chicks. We'll take that. Some Asians could come in too. Holy shit. That's fine. But yeah. Deport a bunch of motherfuckers. Arrest a bunch of motherfuckers. Let me know when you did that. I don't need no fucking hour-long speech. I'm done with speeches. I don't care about the speeches. I care about salt, though. I want some motherfucking salt. The 9s are fine, Jim. The 9s are fine, brother. The 9s are fine. But there you go. Give us an apology that we won't take. That's leftism. They don't want solutions to anything. They want to be angry. This lesbian over here perfectly personifies.
If a chick who's a 10 has a rotten twat, does that drop her to a 7?
The leftard. Not interested in things that worked, not interested in solutions, doesn't care for a track record or a resume because none of that matters. It's all performative. Everything's performative and everything's emotional. No logos, no logistics, none of that. No results. Don't care about that. Don't care about quantifiable metrics. None of that. No. Look at me. I'm good because I hate white people or whatever the thing of the week is. Right, now I care about Epstein. Cool. So let's go arrest some people. Well, I don't want to arrest people. I just want Trump arrested. Okay. Well, if Trump was on Pedophile Island, I imagine Biden might have used that last week. Can we arrest some of these people? Like, what about Bill? Like, there's a whole bunch of people that we can arrest. No, I don't care about any of that. I just want to yell about Trump. Well, then listen, motherfucker, please. These motherfuckers don't want any actual solutions. They just want to cry and whine. And they want to be used by the state so badly. They want to be the prison guards. This is the Stanford prison experiment, and these ugly motherfucking dykes over here, all of these theater nerds, all of these fucking people who can't build, They're like, oh, now is my time. I just got to regurgitate state talking points, and then I can have some of that power. Give me some of that power. That's why they all look like that. Good-looking people, they busy. Good-looking people. They're out there building shit or getting banged, boys. They ain't got time to be in their fucking car, fake fucking crying with Green Day AIDS shirts. Green Day. You're a grown-ass fucking old woman over here. Look at you. Even with the motherfucking filters on. I see that you fit it too. Green Day. Dumb whore. Speaking of green, how do you keep your green, especially with tax season? Son of a bit. How are we right back into tax season, Abe? You owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? Welcome to tonight's sponsor, Tax Network USA. Have you filed every year but still keep owing? Did you retire and suddenly get hit with a tax bill you didn't expect? Oh my God, that's my nightmare. Are you a business owner with messy books and a balance that you cannot afford? Maybe you pulled out some of that 401k money or IRA money early, and now the IRS wants its shit. They always want their share like they did anything. However your tax issues started, the outcome is the same. Your balance is not growing, penalties grow, interest compounds, and many of you are about to owe again for the upcoming tax year with no plan in place. Stop what you're doing right now and call Tax Network USA. The IRS is not waiting. The IRS is enforcing collections through wage garnishments, bank levies, and property seizures, and they can even file for you without your consent. Again, I don't know how that's not fraud. They're going to file on your behalf. If they can file on my behalf, why do I have to do it? What is going on? This is where Tax Network USA comes in. With over 15 years of business, there hasn't been a case that they haven't seen.
Because when they file on your behalf, then they can hit you with crimes that occurred in your taxes. And then they get busted when it's discovered that they're the ones who filed it. I heard a story about that earlier. That's right. The IRS is filing people's taxes for them and then trying to get them in trouble for it. I say don't pay your fucking taxes. They're not yours. They're not yours to pay. And there's plenty of legal precedent for that fact, one of which, the order of the states that jumped on board with it in the first place wasn't correct. They didn't do it right. Not all states were even on board with that. The feds are not supposed to be able to target you within your state unless the state, is basically in on it. But I don't know, man. What am I even trying to say?
This is what happens to a 40-year-old man when he only washes his...
What I'm trying to say is historically, the state collected the taxes from you, not the Fed.
...hair with a DHT-blocking shampoo.
Listen up, men. Ditch the blue pill. This stuff works way better. Trust me, it literally saves.
There needs to be a few counties in each state that actually have a head on their shoulders and protect American values.
What we had to go through today, but it was amazing. Over the next couple days, once we get back, I get back to Florida and I can edit this footage. I think you guys will enjoy it. Everything went. We had about 10 or 11 different interviews. Then tomorrow morning, we're heading over to the White House complex for some interviews with administrative cabinet people. So that should be a lot of fun. But today we spent from 11 o'clock or so, 10 o'clock until almost 4 p.m. and just people coming through. You're going to look up some of the interviews. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the interviews right now real quick to give you a high-level view as to what exactly happened. One of the things that we continually found, one of the things that was the overreaching theme is that the congressional Republicans are extremely frustrated with John Thune. Overly. In fact, saying it out loud, we are ticked off at John Thune isn't getting the job done. We thought that was amazing. I didn't know they'd be so forthright and forthcoming with their feelings, but they were. They definitely were. In addition to that, what we also found was interesting is how many of them, I'd say almost an individual, gave us some information that I didn't think was widespread. One of the things that we all know what's been going on in Mexico. I don't know if some of you have seen what the president of Mexico has said, where the president of Mexico said at one point she couldn't take on the cartels because it was against their civil rights. And there were some people wondering how much of an input America had. Well, just let you know, hearing it from official people at the Capitol, we are involved in Mexico. I'm not sure if you knew that specifically, but I can confirm that to you tonight, 100%. Everything happening in Mexico right now, we are a part of it. And so if I know, and now you know, then other countries know. Cubans know. The Venezuelans know. All of our foes in Europe know. The Democrats know, which we're going to talk about. So that might be some news you guys weren't aware of, and now for sure I can specifically tell you that we're in Mexico. I got to click a button here. Right. Wait a second. Hold on. Does that do it? Okay. I got to come back at it. So that's something that I'm not sure. I'm looking in a chat. People are like, I didn't know that. I
getting off in that fucking cartel pussy.
I didn't either. I had no idea that we were openly telling the world, yeah, that's us. We're going to take on these cartels, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to take down the cartels in Mexico. So if you got a college kid, a son, daughter, granddaughter, grandson that's looking at vacationing in Cancun, you might want to direct them to South Florida because, man, that was some other stuff. But I'm going to tell you more about that. I spoke to just so many people. I think if I had to recap the person that was most forthcoming was Lisa McCain. And, she's like the number 2 to Mike Johnson.
All off in that cartel pussy.
And she's so polished. She took the microphone and went, bam, she just ran with it. And so I think you'll enjoy that. I'm sorry I didn't have time to edit all those clips tonight. But, we're here with the guys from Rumble. They've been quite nice to allow us to use the studio, especially to do this event. So let me tell you about this event. President Trump is due to come on, as we know, at 9 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock or a little bit, I'm probably going to put some music on so we can segue and pull in the feeds and make sure everything is working copacetic.
You have to have a big, sharp razor to shave the world.
But before then, as always, let me go ahead and talk to you about some news. And some of you may know this news. The hockey team. This was another thing that many people were talking about. Let me make sure my buttons are working here. And yeah, they're not. So I'm going to have to put my big mug inside section 12 here so you can see. But this is the hockey team. And so while we were in the meeting, everybody was talking. Everybody was talking about this hockey team being here at the White House. Give me 1 second. I just have to fix this so I can actually show you and be in this thing. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah. So these are the guys. They were at the White House. They met with President Trump. And if you've noticed, they caught so much flack because these Americans wanted to come to the White House, meet the president. Obviously, that's not the whole team. And the Democrats are, basically focusing on one player here and one player there that didn't show up. But the bulk of the team was right there in the Oval Office. I think we have let me just make sure as I click through the buttons here. I don't want to put the wrong thing on. Oh, and this was, I think, would be my highlight of the day. You know him. That's Nick Shirley. I didn't have a chance to interview him. We may be able to interview him tomorrow, but Nick Shirley was in that same room that we were in, and it was. He just happened to walk by. I'm like, that's Nick, and you can just tell he's such an affable person. And I feel so bad because the guy who helped drop the bomb on Minnesota, his partner, the older guy, I forget his name, but he was there as well. And so they were talking to a few people. So it was a very interesting event. To our left was PBD podcast, Patrick Bet-David's podcast. He wasn't there, but his crew was there. And to our right was Lindell TV, and then we had Fox News and Politico and Reuters and Bloomberg. And I was like, man, this is pretty cool. And little old us representing the Fanfare family. We were up in there. So one of the people, we didn't get a chance to speak to him. He wasn't, let me just go ahead and make sure I get this put together. Mike Johnson. Like I said, we talked to Lisa McLean, but I want you to hear this from Mike Johnson earlier today.
Speaker, do you have any expectations of any new policies? I'm sure he'll mention Iran. I don't know whether he's going to break any news on Iran. I don't think he's going to. I mean, I think when I spoke to him about domestic policy, he said, no more reconciliation bills. Let's just keep executing the one big, beautiful bill, which I might add, you and I were among the stalwarts who kept that title together. But anyway, there might be some breakthroughs on foreign policy. What do you think about that possibility?
Well, we'll see how far he goes in terms of communicating all that tonight. I just literally left a Gang of Eight briefing, national security briefing regarding Iran to come and be with you. And I can tell you we're in good position on all of that. That's about all I can say. But the president watches it very closely. I think a lot of the emphasis tonight will be on domestic policy and on the economy and on our continuing quest to bring down the cost of living and expand opportunity and liberty and security for the American people. That's what we've done. That's what the president is laser focused upon doing. So you'll hear more about making life more affordable. And I think that's a big thing we can do together. Now, you're right. Larry, you and I were big advocates of the one big beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut. We did that through reconciliation. I'm not yet ready to concede that we're not going to have a second reconciliation bill, and we've been working on that. And after I heard the president say that to you, I called him and I went on Maria Bartiromo's show and said that I'm still bullish on it. So let's not give up hope yet. I think there's some things we could squeeze into that package that we could do it with only Republican votes. Look, I don't think the Democrats are in any mood to give the president any more wins because he's had so many. And so it may be that we have to do a lot of this on our own. I hope that's not true, but we'll be prepared either way.
Definitely going to have to do it on your own. One of the things that Lisa McCain, Ryan, how do you pronounce his last name? Zinke? Ryan Zink? Z-I-N-K. He was there, was saying, and another theme that you heard from everybody is they're not going to be able to expect to have any help from the Democrats whatsoever. They're staying in lockstep, and Republicans are doing everything they can to keep people together. Another thing that they talked about, and they didn't talk about, was part of the questions. I'm like, what the hell's going on with the SAVE Act? Are we going to get it done? Are we going to have to go through, the standing filibuster? Why are we not making them do that? Why did we take the rule away and let them phone it in? Why don't we actually make these people stand up and do it? So here's a little bit more information. I have absolutely confirmed today how this process will work. And this is a big if John Thune forces the standing filibuster. They didn't confirm today that actually was going to happen. So as of right now at 8:15 on Tuesday evening, it is not confirmed that John Thune is actually going to put that out there and make them break the standing filibuster. So if you heard it from somebody else that was what they're going to do, that has not been confirmed. They are trying to get him to do it. And so what the process would be is if they would do their standing filibuster the way it was designed, they each get a chance to talk. And in some instances, some of them may talk twice. After they've expended everything that they can out of their lungs, then it would go to a 51 majority vote, which is viable. It could happen. That's where the frustration people were telling me is they need to get John Thune in a position where he actually does it. And so I asked them, what is it we can do? What can we do to help make this happen? And they pretty much said, get on the phone, send tweets, send emails, get a hold of them. We're going to have to push John Thune into this. I know you're not a senator. I know you're not a congressperson, but we're going to have to do the work as Americans if we want to see this thing happen. Now, understand tonight,
Obama sent guns to Mexico so that they could come back here into the hands of the embeds? Really?
it's been reported Thomas Massey is going to be sitting on the Democrat side. You know, it'd be one thing if we were just failing, but it's not. We are beating ourselves. We can't keep our coalition together. And I could see it in their faces how frustrated they were, is that it's one thing to have to go and do battle with these idiots, and you got to turn around and do battle with your own party. So President Trump, from what we understand, he may, unless it's a head fake, you better get your blankets, your popcorn, and your soda. He may speak for as long as 3 hours tonight. I just want to let you know, you don't plan on going to bed anytime soon. It's 8:15. He's supposed to come on at 9 o'clock, and he may speak for 3+ hours. I don't know what he's going to say, but from what I understand, he's going to go through all of his accomplishments, go through them one after the other. And then supposedly from Caroline Leavitt, we may break some new ground with some new policies that he wants to drop in. So that was some of the stuff that we heard.
What about the hanging of the cannibals and the releasing of our fucking technology?
Today. So I wanted to make sure you understood about this whole filibuster thing and how that's going.
What about the fucking public firing squads and hangings of these fucking pedophile rapists, grooming gangers? What about their fucking executions, Trump? Nobody gives a fuck about anything else, dumbass. Execute some fucking criminals, man. Some fucking baby fuckers and eaters. Execute these motherfuckers. I'm not trying to hear shit about anything else, motherfucker. Give me my fucking technology and kill the fucking kid fucking baby eaters.
To work. All right, what do I have here? Who's this one? Let's see what this is. Hold on.
Give a fuck.
This is Mike Johnson with Lisa. These were the people we were seeing today.
This evening, the entire...
I don't give a fuck about what else Trump thinks he's fucking done. Kill the fucking baby eaters and rapers and give me my fucking technology. I don't want to hear anything else.
counter program the State of the Union. One thing was very clear to me today. Many of you have probably felt it. I have felt it for quite some time. We can't coexist with these people. There's nothing that they want to reach across the aisle for. Nothing. And like I've said a few times, as we've talked about some of these campaign speeches these people have said, F Trump is not a campaign policy. F Trump doesn't help lower your taxes. F Trump doesn't get your grocery prices down. F Trump doesn't help you with your rent and your mortgage. Nothing. They offer nothing but F Trump. And so if you're reaching across the aisle or attempting to reach across the aisle from somebody who absolutely hates you, who hates everything about you, how do you negotiate that? And so I think we really, one of the things that the themes that came across to me today was we have to stop. We have to get our house in order. We got to get our people in order, and then we move forward from there. Let's finish with what Mike Johnson was saying about the tonight.
If you want a governor that says fuck once in a while, and naturally, not because he's a deep state commie actor trying to relate to the average person, if you want to get these 435 professional actors out of office and install 6,600 real Americans for our Congress, vote for me for governor of Kansas. Hopefully that'll be a position of pulling power to get that process initiated. We got to start somewhere, because guess what, folks? We're supposed to have a representative for every 30,000 of us. We're at 1 per million. We don't get a fucking representative until a fucking million of us band together. Then we get a professional fucking actor who's paid off by a fucking foreign adversary in a genocidal embed. We're supposed to have a rep for every 30,000 of us. And even that sounds like, well, there's very little representation there. 1 for every million? That's fake. That's a fake fucking system. Any rich company in the world can buy off 435 politicians. That's how many United States congressmen and House representatives we have. 435. Any of the top 1,000 companies in the world can buy off every single one of them. They can buy off every single one of them. But when you have 6,600 Congress people, yeah, you can't buy them all. You can't buy them all. So that's something I'd like to throw out there. That's actually what we're supposed to have. 1 rep for every 1 representative, because our taxation is 90%, and we only have 1 representative for every million of us. It's much worse than what our founding fathers faced.
These theatrics, it doesn't matter how many little gatherings they have or where they stand or how high the volume is on the microphones. They have nothing to offer, nothing but their TDS agenda, the Trump derangement syndrome, and it's on full display. All they can say, all they can tell you about is how they oppose President Trump and thwart his agenda and shut down the government and protest everything from the president's joint address to basic immigration enforcement. And they obstruct any meaningful progress for the sake of obstruction. It's the same tired playbook that they've run for a decade now. It's shameful that they would boycott an address. We don't do that. Republicans don't do that. It doesn't matter if there's a president from the opposing party. We don't skip out. Our constituents want and need us to be here.
You know, one of the things that I kept hearing today was these people are neglecting their jobs. They were voted in to represent people, and they're doing absolutely nothing.
Turns out it's not real fucking chocolate. Dogs can eat it. Just like they're eating that fucking shit that they feed at the pet store.
They are not even representing the people who voted them in. Not every person in New York, not every person in California, not every person in Vermont, not every person in Michigan wants these people to be doing nothing. But they don't care. So at one point I asked, it's almost like we're in a proxy war with the Democrats. And I got some nods about that. You know, the warfare that we're seeing in the court system, in addition to all of the ideology like DEI and Transformer and illegal, people coming here into the country, which I understand they were trying. I don't know if they do it, but they're planning on bringing some to the State of the Union, which would be idiotic. There is no common ground.
Alien pedophile cannibals. Just kidding. All right. I mean, those do exist, actually.
You would think America would be the common ground. The Constitution, our way of life. No. So how do you negotiate with people who don't want to be Americans? They love the money. Every single one of them loves the money that they're making. But they want to tell all the minions out there that they'd rather be broke. They'd rather take money from people. And so I asked, I don't know which one, so many people. What happens if they win? And they said, we're toast. So if you know we're toast, if you know America as you know it will be no more. In fact, I think it was Lisa who said, indeed, they will pack the court. They will do every single thing. They will open the borders again. How the hell can these panicans and black pillars be standing around saying, I'm not going to vote? They have to be lying or they're idiots. There can be no other option here. They have to be lying for clicks and likes and views, because otherwise they're going to be gone, or they're Democrats and they'll just change. They'll change and flip should that ever happen. You and I will be toast. But that was another thing that came out today. I mean, it was amazing seeing these people, and you think they're...
Well, I don't fucking own anything. I would actually be financially better off under a communist system. I live in my car with my dogs. I'm still running for governor in any way that I can. I got to start. So, I mean, we all have to try. I'm nothing in the eyes of most people. I'm nothing, but I'm still running for governor of Kansas. I'm beginning my gubernatorial race from my car, from this fucking parking lot that I'm hijacking Wi-Fi off of. Vote for me. Write my name in on the ticket. One person was watching this. What a joke Rumble is, huh? What a joke this fucking video streaming bullshit is.
In power. But you realize they're not in power. They're trying to negotiate with other people who want nothing to do with them. And I found that to be something kind of, I don't get scared much, but it's a kind of a scary thought when you think that, you've got, 400 people in the House and 100 people in the Senate, and literally half of them and a couple more, once you include the Republicans, want nothing to do with the America we know. And I hate to be bringing it to you this blunt today, but until I got into the belly over there and actually got to talk to people, I was as stunned as maybe some of you are right now. I'm like, there's nothing you can do? Nope. You can't even. No, the only thing they keep saying is, you give us this and we might vote for it. They're not giving an inch. They don't care. I mean, you've seen how they've destroyed or tried to destroy these hockey players merely for showing up and saying, I love America. You can't even say that. An entire hockey team was attacked because they put flags over their bodies and was, yay, America. Nope. Can't do it.
Just about time to kill these fucking commies. Starting with their fucking cannibals and pedophiles. fucking poison pushers, baby injectors, and baby choppers. We're gonna start fucking killing you, bitch. Just like you've been doing to us already. We're about to start fucking executing you everywhere.
And so one of the things that I believe, God, might have been Ryan Zink said, we need to bring it to a vote. We need to have people, as much as they say in the media, we need to have them say on the record, I will not vote for voter ID. And it was amazing because women, men, everyone's like, we've all had IDs, right?
We need ID.
And they made fun of Mondale.
The only way to do elections, it's 4 elements. It's a simple 4-element occurrence, process, event, voting, elections. Paper ballots hand counted on election day with voter ID. That's it. That's it. Just those 4 elements. I think there was one more that, but really that's the main 4. Mail-in ballots to disabled people only. A known quantity. A known by everybody quantity.
Over and over. You need 2 IDs to shovel frickin' snow. You don't want us to have 2 IDs to vote. So that was kind of shocking. Let me see where I can go to next here. Which one is this? And this is an early version of how many people are skipping the State of the Union, or not skipping, but going to maybe an alternative one.
No, 100%, and that's exactly what President Trump can do, because this is the message that Republicans are going to take out to the midterms. The notes in which he echoes tonight will be exactly what you hear Republicans say on the stump. And you keep in mind, this is a president that's going to be out there. It's almost as if he was running for election. They're going to have him on the campaign trail. I'm expecting the president to deliver in a way in which the American people expect him to, presidentially, and tell them what's in it for them. What has he done over the course of a year? Yeah. And I can tell you, he's accomplished a great deal cleaning up the mess of Joe Biden's presidency, but there's much more to be done.
One of the things I asked over and over was about the accomplishments. The accomplishments of the president.
Our country was already actually fucking stolen. It's fucking wild, man. It's like, who do you start hanging first, man? Cannibal pedophiles? Or the ones that stole our fucking elections? Or some of them the same people? I'm wondering why there wasn't a fucking executive order for public hangings. I don't know, man. It's not that I want to do that in general. It's that this is a Christian nation and there's too many evil motherfuckers in it. It's time we clean it up. Isn't that the clearest, simplest way to say it? No, it's not. Oh, big whoop, silly me. I was born into it. What can I do? You were born into it so that you can change it.
Accomplishments of Congress, the accomplishments of the Senate. And I kept asking them, and I was like, you're having a messaging issue. They are destroying you on messaging. Not enough people understand that, a lot of this stuff is already funded. And not enough people know what wasn't funded. We just went through a horrible snowstorm up in the Northeast, or we didn't get much snow here. But FEMA, people are going to need FEMA. That's not funded. How can that be a messaging issue? You should be telling everybody they're the ones who cut off FEMA. And just before I came on today, they had another vote. Oh, but let me tell you about that. So everybody's in this giant ballroom, whatever it is, and they're going around and they're meeting with everybody, and then they all have to leave to go vote, and they have to, walk half a mile and go vote and then come back. And I'm like, is this the normal process? Yes, this is what we have. And what happens? Well, they pretty much know before they go, things are going to fail. And so sure enough, the Democrats did not vote to fund certain things that are being shut down over again. So we have to be the people promoting this, because one of the people said they outright lie. They will look in a camera. They have no qualms about it and just openly lie. I just had to look over here because the feed.
Tim Burch is the best congressman. Or senator, whatever he is. John Kennedy is the second best. They're in competition because Kennedy's funnier. He's he's more entertaining to listen to on its face, but when it comes to the heart of the matters, the meat and potatoes, the actual effort, the effort level, Tim Burchett is the winner. But it'd be nice if Senator John Kennedy would try a little harder to present legislation in the first place and stuff like that too. But really, I'm tired of being in the weeds of our fake system. It's sad when you only have 2 out of 400 that are worth a fuck.
He just came on, which is pretty cool. So let me go ahead and continue. Then I'm going to take some questions from you guys. Hold on. Okay. Check this out.
Burchett's the only one that's gotten chemtrails banned in his state of Tennessee. I'd like to go there.
This is the unofficial kickoff for the midterm season. Yes, it's about the president.
I'd like to breathe the air in Tennessee and be reminded of what it was like when I was a kid before they started spraying us.
But that's really the big goal later on. Hakeem Jeffries was saying this about the Democrat boycott. Let's listen. Either attend with silent defiance or do not attend and send a message to Donald Trump in that fashion. You know, who needs the schoolyard bully to tell a group of adults what they should or shouldn't do? Are you surprised a bit by that, Erica, that he would put out this, you do this or you do that?
Before her answer, let me just say something, because I did ask about this. What is the messaging? What is the tone by what they're doing? How does it affect people across the country?
Globalist commie DARPA is going to hang as soon as I'm in office, baby. Vote for me. Write my name in on the ticket as governor for Kansas.
When you literally see half the government giving the other half the middle finger, definitely giving the middle finger to the president, not even showing up, not even showing
I dare you to fucking elect me. And I dare DARPA to fucking expose themselves in my state.
It's because you're not going to.
I'm chasing you down with fighter jets, bitch. If you dare fucking try to spray my sky, you're getting fucking blown up. I don't give a fuck what branch of the government you think you are. You spray my sky, I'm shooting you out of the fucking sky.
See that, which I don't have a problem. Let's turn it into a rally and ignore them. But if half the room now is going to be, empty, what does that say to America? And I would love to know the people who are Americans who are Democrats but not nuts. I think there has to be a point where we have to start looking at people and going, we need to differentiate you. Are you an American who happens to be a Democrat, or are you a commie?
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah. You're either a socialist commie or you're an American who happens to be a Democrat, but you're not a complete libtard. I think we're going to have to make that definite definition. Also, I spoke to probably 3 or 4 representatives.
The term I was searching for yesterday is a false left-right paradigm, also known as uniparty, or Yeah. Well, now I feel like I'm missing the one I thought of, and now I got the other one. But I think uniparty, false left-right paradigm is among the most accurate descriptions of what we got going on in there. But actually, paid professional actors, a limited number of paid professional actors is really the most accurate representation of what we have going on in Washington. A limited number of fully captured paid professional actors. That's it. That's who represents us. A very small number of fully paid off professional actors. That's who represents us, folks. That's who makes our laws. When are we going to kill them? Properly, legally. Fuck the politically, non-violently, metaphorically, allegedly in Minecraft. No, I'm talking about actually hanging our fucking fake representatives from their necks until they're dead. Because they're complicit in killing us. When are we going to start executing fake fucking sheriffs, fake fucking mayors, fake fucking DAs, fake fucking CAs, fake fucking judges, fake fucking governors, fake fucking county commissioners? When are we going to start executing these motherfuckers?
From Texas, flat out, asked them the question. We keep seeing in the news. We keep seeing polls, fake or otherwise. We keep seeing all this stuff. Is Texas really going to turn blue? Is Texas in danger of turning blue?
If you elect
to an individual, hell no. Not going to happen. And to which you sit back and think, what is going on with these polls? I mean, there's one, the one guy who was on the show, and you've heard President Trump say it very often with a smile, those polls are BS. And I looked into the eyes of these people today and like, is Texas in trouble? Let me know, because if Texas is in trouble, we need to ring the bell and get people out. It ain't going to happen. I'm like, are you sure? Ain't going to happen. So I was like, okay, let's listen to more about Hakeem.
No, I'm not surprised, because all we see from Democrats across the country is running against Trump. They really do not have an agenda that they're standing for or standing on. This is a repeat of past elections. So it's going to behoove Trump to, yes, get the American people behind him and the things that he has already accomplished and the things that he has left.
Fat spick anchor baby bitch. Pumpkin Man! Why is the Pumpkin Man doing that? Shut up, fat alien spick fucking anchor baby bitch. Get the fuck out of my country.
To do what we're going to see with a great economy, especially as people are receiving their tax refunds, more money in their pocket, continuing.
Okay, that came up quite a bit today. I mean, it's February, so not a lot of people yet have been getting their refunds. The Democrats are going to have a messaging issue of their own as people begin getting refunds.
Pumpkin Man. Did you see that shit?
Getting refunds as they begin seeing the effect.
It was a month or two ago. Pumpkin Man. It was like a month ago. The Pumpkin Man took my food stamps. You fat fucking alien bitch. Get the fuck out of my country. I'm fucking starving living in my car and shit. You fat fucking alien bitch. Get the fuck out of my country. Pumpkin Man. Pumpkin Man took my food stamps. I said, shut up, fat spick bitch. Get the fuck out of my country. Pumpkin Man. No, shut up, bitch. I'm the one who's fucking starving. You're fat and you're a fucking alien. Fucking anchor baby at best, bitch. My fucking ancestors built this motherfucker. Some of my ancestors have always been in this motherfucker. The Cherokee Nation is not just in Oklahoma. No. Neither is Washita Sedgwick-Kanza. Neither are any of those three tribes. Promise I want to set things straight for my ancestors. Ancestors, help grant me the power, the ability, the fight to take down these vampire cannibal globalists. In the name of our Creator, Kintashala, God, Lord, Jesus Christ. I consecrate this request with a sweat and a chanupa. And a drum. Okay. Stop rubbing mold mildew, sweaty dog on me. Oh, my Lord, help us. I ask the Creator. For help defeating this evil. Anytime I had a question as to when something was going to happen, I got told Indian time. You try going into an Indian sweat lodge without even ever having been in a steam room before, and see if you don't fucking put your face down and try to open up the flap. See if you don't put your face right down there by the dirt and try to open up a flap. You can't even fucking dream of what a real fucking Indian sweat lodge feels like. And no, I'm not talking about dark yellow sand nigger motherfuckers. I'm talking about red American Indian. Fuck what you think about my language, too.
They begin seeing the effects of the big, beautiful bill. Okay, it's working. I did get more money back. But one of the other things, which I think is a messaging issue, is they're not talking enough about what the Democrats are doing to counteract the big, beautiful bill. We've had people in the chat. There may be some people in the chat tonight who are going to talk about the fact of my groceries haven't come down. My gas hasn't come down. Well, we're here in Washington, D.C., and Ashley and I are in the car, and I look over, and the gas prices here were $5.40. $5.40 a gallon. I'm like, wait a second, what the hell is going on? And the driver said, because I keep padding the taxes so that people don't realize the savings. Pretty much what Mondami is trying to do in New York, pretty much what the chick in Virginia is trying to do, that nut job. They keep raising.
More simply put, the states are stealing the the gas price from you. If your gas isn't like under $3 or around $3 a gallon, it's finally, I mean, it's under $3 here. Your state's robbing you. Your state is making it appear that Trump's not doing anything by robbing you of your gas discount. They're just pocketing it. Gas is cheap. It costs a few more cents to transport it across the country, but if your gas is over $3 a gallon, your state's robbing you.
The taxes so that you never see the cheaper price. And I'm like, you sons of bitches. $5.40 a gallon right here in Washington, D.C. I could not believe it. I mean, we're in South Florida, we're looking at $2.78, $2.80, in some places even cheaper. And here it's $5.40 simply because they keep putting more taxes on top of it. So if you're in a state.
Ooh, it's not supposed to shut off. I darkened the screen, but Rumble has background play. Oh, did I not do it on this? The app that's on this phone? I'm doing this with 2 iPhones and somebody else's Wi-Fi. It's a miracle, isn't it? Not paying anything except for gas to recharge these phones. In the car. Now, what was I going to do?
And you're trying to figure out, why are my gas prices still high? Why is my food prices still high? You might want to dig in and find out about that as well, because that's what they're doing.
To see that momentum of prices going down and people seeing that actually day to day.
It is on sound only for background play. Why is it shutting off when I darken the screen?
And I believe that this is...
No. You see how it fades out? It's even fading it out like it's intentional or something. I don't know whose intent that would be. Is it Bose? Is it Apple? Is it Rumble? Is it Rumble Studio? Is it the Wi-Fi network? Who is disappearing the audio just because I darken the screen. Oh, it's not recognizing my Face ID because I taped over the motherfucker.
And I believe that this is not going to have any effect. They're just looking for more attention and being against.
Huh. Ain't that about a bitch? It's okay. I don't have to have the screen dark. I'm just going to, I guess, save battery power.
And being against Trump is not going to win them the midterm.
Some internal passive aggressiveness when it comes to road rage or anything similar to that. It's safer to just say to yourself, you know, basically if you're irritated and somebody comes up bumping their music, bumping their bullshit next to you or something, you just, you know, assuredly say, you are not the music you listen to. Isn't that some funny shit? I love reassuring myself of that about anybody nearby me. You are not the music you listen to. But then again, we are, you know, in some cases, in to an amount.
I hope not.
If you're that music, you need to be investigated, bitch.
I mean, I sincerely hope that people are a little bit smarter to think that a campaign strategy of F Trump isn't going to work. Unless they don't care about life. Unless it's just let's get rid of Trump. Let's do whatever we can. Let's just endure it. F Trump, get him out of here. And so we can go back to complete DEI, make sure we've got boys playing in girls sports.
That's for anybody that wants to come up blaring their shit next to me. Just remember I said that to you. You are not the music you listen to. Unless you're listening to some good shit, some shit that I like, then I'll say, yeah, we are that.
Let's make sure that we, you know, continue with the transformer ideology. There's nothing they have. I mean, I felt that before I went into it.
Looks like the State of the Union started, so I can jump forward in the stream now. Everybody else is streaming it. I'm getting notifications for other channels. So let me just jump forward in this. It's all going to be State of the Union. Ooh, this phone came off the Wi-Fi just because I moved it. That's right, I said Wi-Fi. I said Wi-Fi instead of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. No, it's Wi-Fi. It's that there Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi. No, that's your Wi-Fi. But that's my Wi-Fi. No, that's your Wi-Fi. I hope to tell you. Unless I like the music, then yeah, that's us. That's me. I guess that's you too. Skin a buck, run a trout line. Spit some beach nut in that dude's eye. Shoot him with my old 45.
Did you see that? Al Green tried to stick something in his face. What a dick. I'm sorry. A total dick.
He's arm wrestling all these little.
If you look at Trump, he's got game face on tonight. So I think we may get something tonight.
Amazing. Oh, there's Fetterman. Okay, looks like a lot of them love him. At least half, maybe almost about half of them like him. It's one of those garbage people, his family's there. Alright. Massey's not clapping. He's laughing though. Yeah, don't just come out with six names that you want to target, motherfucker. Bring out the entire fucking list. Pussy Massey. Bring out the entire fucking list. Jeep fucker Vance. And fucking Fag Johnson. Kike Johnson. Jeep Vance and Kike Johnson. He loves him some curry, doesn't he? Old Jeep Skeet Vance. He loves him some fucking turmeric and masala. Oh, that's right. I turned the screen. Yeah, if you're worried about how I talk, keep learning about America. Jeep Skeet and fake wall kisser. Fake wall kisser Mike Johnson. You know that's a fake fucking wall, dude. You're just doing your job, aren't you?
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
Oh, the volume's getting.
Second Lady of the United States. Members of Congress and my fellow Americans. Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
I know Deep is actually a common name over there in India, so or in the region. I deepen it out a little bit. All right, I'm just playing. Not really, but whatever. I shouldn't speak out about it. That's my second lady installed by the second deep state.
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages. And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure.
USA. USA. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
But why was Howard Lutnick in on taking down the fucking towers? Who else was the sole survivor of their company that day? The World Trade Organization. Sounds kind of like the British East India Global Trading Company. Maybe I added a word or two there. Sounds like globalist.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. Legal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard.
Anyway, I'll probably change the title of this to State of the Union Address to try to get more views. Might stay on for a few more minutes.
To maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years. Year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. It's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Wow, that's I don't know.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way.
Don't eat it out of my hand.
The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year.
53.
Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
Ew. Oh. These canned carrots taste like they have fragrance added to them. Oh, wow. Unless that's just kind of in the air and me putting something else in my mouth helped expose it. But I don't know. That was wild.
Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest. As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil. American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
Yeah, no more government positions created. That's pretty cool. Ooh, you trying to close this? Yeah.
We ended DEI in America. We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
All right. Well, he needs a little bit of help from a loved one.
And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Seriously, all you need is a little bit of help from a loved one or two. And if you're blessed by God, you know, if you love God and you're aligned with God, hopefully you'll have one or two people who do help you out once in a while, or with like $20 a day, so that you can survive. I mean, you know, until you get a job or whatever. The position I'm in right now. No food stamps.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. Wow. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, no, no. You're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Yeah, we still got the pipes too. Good, Mr. President. A Demtard a couple of days ago said that he's going to steal one of their medals and pocket it. Like, what is that even supposed to mean, you satanic dumb bitch? Now I got to be thinking about her fucking wide cross-eyed ass. I look at the
Go
phone.
ahead.
Okay. All those fucking... It's funny. Somebody's literally blowing an air horn in my vicinity.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Wow. BAMFers, man. BAMFers, tell you what.
They were in the Oval Office before. And I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck. Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. Do you practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important.
That's classified.
That I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given, and which has been given to.
Been given to the wrong people before. Well, I want to say like Bill Gates or something, but what the fuck did that dumbass security guard get for murdering Ashley Babbitt? Anyway, let me not degrade the mood. Let me just play the president.
Many athletes over the years, but when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Medal of Freedom. Well, I'd rather have a Presidential Medal of Honor from a guy we elect, that we all elect. But I mean, most of these Congress people are, like I said, fully paid off professional actors. There's only 400 and something of them. So we're supposed to have a representative for every 30,000 of us. There's only one for every million.
Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best. And I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
I gotta say, I feel better already just hearing the president's voice and so it's good. I had some. That's what I'm saying. I elected the guy.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics. And it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
No, not with the cartel side. Jim Cards thinks that
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
A little bit of prequel for you there. We're coming, LA.
And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in the first term. And I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics, and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself, but we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news. So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
That's good enough. All right. I was looking at the guy clapping, sitting down in front of him. There's like a few old veteran guys there. Older, which I hope get reverse aging because they're heroes. If there's reverse aging technology, let's give it to them, and let's hope all of us good people can get it, man. And don't think because I say, extreme things once in a while that I'm not a good person. I'll do what I got to do to prove I'm a good person. I mean, I don't even got to prove shit to anybody, but maybe I'll just slap somebody around if they don't think I am.
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shown.
But actually, the hard reality of it is you aren't somebody to someone until you fucking prove you are. That's a 6 seconds bar.
True, very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp.
A rapper named 6 Seconds said that in a cipher.
In Central Texas, one of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one? As the waters threatened.
Yeah. DARPA helped the Clintons abduct children for Epstein and shit.
To sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission. A young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Damn. Yeah. Oh, everybody loves him. What a good dude, man. I mean, words don't even. He's next to the 100-year-old veteran.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
Yeah, it's awesome. Don't you feel the excitement? It's awesome. What do you want?
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
The Legion of Merit.
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And a bunch of other ones.
They're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking Americans are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans. All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead.
Yeah, they're actually in there.
But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible. The first.
If somebody's not watching the State of the Union right now, are they an enemy of our great grand nation?
Time, but only if the car is made in America.
Hold on, please.
Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime, operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and her expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row.
Turned up a little bit.
Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6,250 million to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people. You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers, I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
I wonder if anybody even takes me seriously. That I want to, that I kind of want to be the governor. I mean, we have a lot of things to set straight. I've been getting in the mood quite often. We have to participate. We actual Americans, we regular people, not just these 400, not just these 400 or 500 fully paid off professional actors.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to TrumpAccounts.gov. TrumpAccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. They're setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly. And 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made. Right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new.
So 2/3 of the Supreme Court's bought off too, huh? By globalists? By the descendants of the British East India Global Trading Company.
Deal could be far worse for them And therefore, they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful, country-saving, it's saving our country.
This whole bullshit about these judges that get lifetime appointments, I think that's for the birds, man. Every position needs to be elected every 4 years. That because then the Supreme Court justices they're kings. They're kings and queens together. They form a king or a queen. I mean, since there's men and women on there, together they form like a black, white, yellow, brown tranny or some shit. King, queen. But it's like, what the fuck?
Kind of money we're taking in. Peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved.
But if just over half of them can be bought off, then we're fucked for their whole lives. Hey, bitch.
And tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love. Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. Put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now, the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word. They just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
Yeah. Makes me on the right side is standing out. Oh, all I did was pick up the phone a little bit.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
I guess.
The price of eggs is down 60%. Madam Secretary, thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down.
That's what we need.
And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own healthcare, which will be better healthcare at a much lower cost.
Same with car insurance, baby. No more mandate. That's fucking retarded. Pay somebody else to operate your own property.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs are going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before. Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the
whole, not the whole, but most of our healthcare system is fake, especially these prescriptions. Trump, nobody gives a fuck about fake prescriptions, man. Except the people that are still still victims of the hoax, I guess. If you're a victim of the hoax, you care about prescriptions. Don't you know they made healing and curing illegal in like 1904? They banned healing hotel operators from calling themselves medical men. Now we just have treatment.
highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price. So in my first year of the second term,
this is not our founding fathers' country. It was stolen from them with the help of traders. To the global trading company. Yeah. The British East India Trading Company captured our capital when someone just allowed them to sail right into the harbor. I think someone allowed them to sail right into the harbor, and they actually captured New York and our capital. And then started taking northern states from there. Took all the northern states, psyoped that Civil War, and here we are. Slavery was ending anyway, everybody knows it. Pretty sure of it. I mean, come on now. I think it was mainly the British East India Company that owned slaves, actually, to be quite frank. But now they call it the World Trade Organization, right? And they decided to kill a bunch of us when they took down the towers. And yeah, again, it was like a Benedict Arnold thing where he let them sail right into the harbor and take us. They had to have help from the inside. We need to take our founders' country back.
Should be my third term. But strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is.
So that's why we have fake. That's why we have fake medicine, fake education. Our history's been destroyed, flooded, bombed, burned. We might be told the wrong year. It might not even be the correct year. Now that one, that one's up there. I'm not necessarily leaning on it too hard, but we know that a lot of this country was actually found. It was found. I'm kind of on board with the thing about how we didn't build a lot of this stuff here. We found it. That's what the founders did too. But then again, they also built some, and then both that which was found or founded and built were both bombed, exploded with trinitrotoluene, and burned and flooded with fake reservoirs, fake lakes, man-made reservoirs. That's all done by the World Trade Organization, the descendants of the British East India Company, Howard Lutnick and Jeffrey Epstein, and the other 300 of them. Committee of 300, right?
Price difference.
Or is it like Jones said, where it's about 150, and then there's more like 1,000 underneath that, or something. But of course, there's going to be 1,000 under the 300 as well. So I mean, they might have reduced the numbers or split off into two different groups, but
of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
Surely I'm not cramping the style.
And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner.
What are you doing?
For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500. A reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500.
What? No, there's no more sugar right
Catherine,
now.
we are
you
all
have some
praying
kind
for
of
you,
strange
and you're
appetite
going
because you ate
to
the
be
sugar?
a great mom.
There's no more food right now, okay? Get back. Come on, get it back. There's no chocolate right now. There's nothing in my hands to eat. No, I shouldn't have given that to you. You actually just wants more.
So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new ratepayer protection pledge. You know what that is?
No, Trump, it's actually the water. It's the water. We know they're building their own power plants to power the AI data centers. It's the water that it also uses. that's a limited resource. That's what we're worried about, Trump. Not the energy price from it. Hell, if they build more power plants, they might even have extra to shoot back into the system. If they're honest, it'll lower the prices. We're worried about our water being sucked up by computers.
We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of...
You know what's a paradox, coincidence, oxymoron? I mean, you tell me what type of hybrid it is. But 5 families own the water rights in California, I guess, for the whole state, or pretty much in summary. Maybe there's a couple of smaller ones, hopefully. But anyway, one of them is Nancy Pelosi and Gavin Newsom's family. I guess they're related. And then so he's the one that let the reservoir and fire hydrants dry up, or did it on purpose. And his family owns the water rights. Or somebody tell me if they own the rights there in LA. I mean, that would just be strange. He let his own reservoir dry up. His family would be in on it. That would be clear implication. But maybe, he's not using the bathroom where he cooks his food necessarily, and that happens to be where somebody else owns the rights. But yeah, no, that was weird. It jumped to 3 people on here all of a sudden, and then they instantly disappeared.
Electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial. So all of you cities and towns, you're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been...
Just a little coincidence I hadn't noticed previously that, yeah, the guy that let the hydrants and reservoir dry up on purpose. Like, who does that, right? Oh, wait, he's the governor. No, Karen Bass is the mayor of LA. He's the governor of the whole state. His family owns some of the water rights to the motherfucker. So, whoa, that's wild. That's a trip. He be owning the water and taking the water from you on the spot. Burning your house down.
Under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of 2 from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms.
Can you imagine how demoralized the firemen were? The actual good firefighters that wanted to make a difference. They had never heard of it, Who would ever expect that? Now they might teach it in the fire academy. Well, if you get there and there's no water in the hydrants, then just try to save who you can without killing yourself. It's like, what the fuck?
Firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes. And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, Thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon. We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
I feel like I act like I'm trying to fucking relate to somebody. Like I'm trying to convince somebody. I see that more than one person is actually watching this. And I start thinking, okay, I got to sway them. I got to convince them of something. No, I've always had that issue where I'll explain something 2, 3, 4 times. I'll repeat it because I just don't think people. I never got the impression that people had the deep understanding of it that I do, and so that's why I would repeat it, and then they lose interest. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And I think that's just a lot of the same thing that occurs on this show.
Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Part of the job of doing what they do. So you're going to see me not clapping for that. They're all going to act like, some of them are sitting. Yeah.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay. I wasn't sure if anybody, even on this side, was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota.
This is why
members of the
house. Every time
Somali
I grab
community
something to eat,
have
it misses all
pillaged
over me.
an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption.
Could you imagine having a gate, like a baby gate for the dogs, at least, or even being able to stick them in the backyard while you access food in your kitchen? That would be crazy. Every time I grab something to eat in this car, the dog gets usually 2 of the dogs get all up on me. This is me and 3 dogs living in a car. Write my name in on the ticket for governor of Kansas.
Corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
Okay. Put the Jeep fucker on it. Put the Jeep fucker they want to replace you with on it. Oh, I mean, with whom they want to replace you. I hate to end the sentence with the preposition.
He'll get it done. Find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quick.
I just think it's funny saying fat Jewish Jeep fucker. He's a fat Hasidic. You seen those Jerry curl things with him doing all that stuff online? He's kicking the bag. His fat's bouncing around while he kicks the bag. He's doing the crip walk. He's pushing Tampon Tim on a rocket tampon.
That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here.
No, both bitches are up.
And it is the American people who pay the price of higher medical bills, car
Get in the back now.
rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games.
Please. Fuck, I don't have to react that way either. I don't have to react that way. All I did was open up a can of tuna. About a quarter of the way.
Delilah Coleman was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Right, the fucking sandbagger alien didn't kill her. You fucking spook deep chink stink motherfucker. Get those fucking pieces of shit out of my goddamn country.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direct.
We're gonna start slaughtering these motherfuckers if you don't get them out of the country. And you too, you fucking corrupt fake politicians and law enforcement.
Speed, danger.
No, not, the cops in particular, but the fucking fake judges, fake DAs, fake CAs, all fake sheriffs, these fake motherfuckers that have been rigging elections. We have fake elections, folks.
Or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law.
The more educated we all become, the closer and closer we're going to get to executing our fake politicians and the criminals and illegal aliens. We Christian Americans are just going to have enough at some point, and we're going to start executing bad guys without anybody's fucking approval.
Barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens. And yesterday,
when we know our elections are fake and rigged, hooked up to the internet with cell phone fucking microchips in the machines. Every fucking politician is just going to be fair game, motherfucker.
You probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media.
We know you're a fake fucking paid actor in there, bitch.
Totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Hey, I can't fucking up. Hold on.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. All cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight, I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight, I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Oh, the whole left is sitting there. Standing. Look at all the Democrats sitting. Oh my God.
They're illegal aliens and anchor babies themselves. Wow. I'm gonna hang with these fucking pieces of shit, you bitches.
Oh my God, they're not standing. They're all sitting.
Hey, World Trade Organization, I'm talking to you right now. You didn't make enough trannies. We're coming to fucking hang you.
Oh my God. We're in big trouble. Call them out to their faces. Oh my God. Oh no. Call them out.
Roadkill, Tommy.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. Yeah. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed.
Yeah. What he's saying is excellent. It's obvious. We need to go deeper than that and also get the so-called American citizen families that are also cartel drug lords. Maybe not deport them, but throw them in prison for life or something, right? Give their kids a foster family. You fucking anchor baby cartel scum.
Ashamed of yourself.
You need to get the anchor baby cartel scum too. Not just the little aliens. I'm going deep, huh? I'm going harder than the president, huh? We need to get the anchor baby fucking cartel scum out of here too. There's drug lords in there too, posing as stand-up American citizen families. Anyway,
and perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. The cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
To go around, guys. I'm sorry. Nobody helps us.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
Damn near nobody helps us.
And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%. And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. They had policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens. The reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated, and their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John. And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up. And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him?
Fake fucking.
And now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the.
A fake judge kidnapped their daughter because they didn't agree with the victimization of the psychological warfare, active measures, ideological subversion of the World Trade Organization communists, the globalists.
Parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this?
They're not going to promote this motherfucker, are they?
We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy. Way too fucking soft. Amazing. Incredible. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
Well, we barely got started. What the fuck are you talking about?
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both. And Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much. I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.